welcome to Be Here Now, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. I got a question for you. Have you or someone you loved or known been dealing with chronic illness, hell, long COVID, weird medical mystery symptoms that no doctor has answers for? If you know of someone that has dealt with that, or if you have dealt with it yourself, this is the show for you. Today we are here with Sarah Lascano, and Sarah Lascano is going to share with us her journey to healing and her book, The Hidden Force Within. We are live on the newstreamingnetwork.com, TV and podcast, as well as WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice Leonard. Hi, everybody. So glad to have you here.
Yes,
Yay.
Welcome. Woohoo!
We're so glad to have Sarah here too, and everybody watching. And this will be our last live until after Christmas, and so it's extra special. And special happy holidays, or however you may celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, Happy New Year. I think everyone celebrates that, and we're glad you're here. Judy and I do this weekly. We want to share our stories, our tools, and we have a special tool today. It sounds kind of funny. And we are part of a 501c3, and your donations is tax deductible. You go to our website, peacefulempowermentworks.org, and make a donation at the button on the top or the bottom. And I will, even if you make a donation of at least 30, I can send you a cup or a t-shirt, whatever. Just email me afterwards at peacefulempowermentworks@gmail.com with your information, and we'll go ahead and do that. Thank you.
Excellent. Fantastic. Janice, would you like to bring us in?
Oh, I do.
All right, everybody take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe down into your belly.
My sinus is just unblocked. Wow.
I think it's the magic of the bowl and Sarah. I
was going to say, this is the second thing.
Janice has a guest with her. Her cat has come out, and we've been doing this show for 2 years together, and I have never seen her cat. So we're crediting that to Sarah and her beautiful energy.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, Janice, what is your attitude for gratitude this week?
My attitude for gratitude is right here. I'm gonna play a little video for you, and just want you to listen. If you can't see it, you can at least listen, and then I'll tell you. If you can't figure out what I'm grateful for after seeing it or hearing it, then I'll tell you. Go ahead, Silverio. Take it away. Wow, that was a quick 30 seconds.
Sorry about that.
Well, what that was is, you can't even tell, but this is from Northern Vermont, the top 16 select choirs or chamber choirs of the 16 schools in Northern Vermont who all got together for this concert. And you can't even see it, but they're lined up right there in the front. There's like 3 levels. I know I didn't have a great shot. So we got 3 levels of kids. There's the kids up on the balconies, both sides, and along the floor, going down the aisles on the outsides. So it was incredible. And, all I could think of that night is, lately you just think about teenagers. You think, oh, they just on their phones, and they're just, and just think negatively of the future of these kids, I guess, what's going to happen and what are they learning. And then you go here and you see all these kids. These are, teenagers, 16, 17, 18, maybe 15. So many of them. And they're all, probably about 100, I would say. And what are they doing on a Friday night? They're singing. They're singing with their co-schoolmates and beautiful music, all a cappella. I think I said that right, yeah. And each one sang separately, and it was beautiful. And then they all sang together at the end, and and just, I'm so grateful to be reminded of the goodness in our youth. Unfortunately, I needed that, but it was beautiful, and I'm so proud. My granddaughter was on the balcony. That's why I particularly got a lot of shots of that one. But it was incredible. Music was great. The kids were great. All the kids, and they're all in black. It just was wonderful all over. I mean, it's like all the northern Rutland, which is like kind of middle Vermont, was even there, but beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't realize I edited out so much of the music itself. I know I wanted to get the point that there were so many kids.
Yeah.
But if you could have heard even more of the music, it was the way their voices all blended and came together. It was just beautiful.
Yeah. And there was surround sound because they were lined up the side, outer side, 3 balconies. It's beautiful.
That gave you real good juju, real good feelings.
It did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my granddaughter just last year went to a holiday concert, and when she's kind of slouching and a little bit with her friends, and this year, because she's in the select choir, I don't know if that's why, but what a transformation. But this year she's sitting poised, holding her music. Oh, goosebumps. It was just, you find your thing that you're good at or that you can belong to. And if you can do that, and it's a tough time of life. It's nice. I'm so happy. Happy.
Very good. Very good. It was something that brought up a memory of mine. I was always grateful when I worked at the high school. The last day of school before holiday break, we would have a school-wide assembly, and it was toward the last 2 hours of the day. And we would go, and they would put on this winter concert for us. And it always ended with, "We wish you a Merry Christmas, joy to the world," something like that, where everybody's energy was up and like, yeah. And then they went right from the assembly onto the buses and home. And like, yay!
And you give them candy on the way out so they can like you, but yet you don't have to deal with the sugar high. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, this is a perfect way to start the break. So yeah, when I saw that, that's what brought up that memory for me.
Yeah.
How about you, Sarah? Do you have a gratitude for the week?
My son had a school holiday shop so that the children get to have gifts to choose for family member, well, for anybody, for friends or family, that are like $2 or $3 or $4 gifts.
Nice.
And my sweet little boy got me a mom necklace, and it was just so beautiful that he was so excited. He wanted me to open my gift early. And I made him wait just like a week, but he was just so excited to share that love with me, and it was just so special.
Oh,
Beautiful. How old is your son?
He's 9.
Ooh.
Oh,
9. So, yeah.
You still have a few good years. No, my granddaughter has a lot of childhood trauma, and she doesn't think outside herself very often. And she did a similar thing with me when she went shopping, and I just gave her money, and they were spent the day in Burlington, the big city. They went to Market Square. Oh, I forgot the name of it. And she was beside herself when she came home because she found a gift for me. Oh, I hope you like it. Of course, she showed me the bag, and it says Vermont teddy bear on it. Oh, I hope you like it. I got it closed, but
Aww.
So sweet.
Yes, life is good.
Life is good. And feeding into that energy, what is our good news story for this week?
The good news story. There we go. We have Okay, if you are listening on podcast and you can't see, we have a photo of a woman with a hairnet on and an apron standing next to a steel place where you put trays, And this is she's the lunch lady. She is lunch lady at a school. This is one of the stories that I got this week, and I just spoke to me, and I thought was good. It reminded me of Judy as well. And this is this is the story. I'm a parent of a child at this school. From that perspective, my kid came home calling the lunch lady weird because she memorized all 600 students' names by the third day. But I didn't believe it until parent-teacher night, when she looked up from wiping tables and instantly recognized me as Zoe's mom. She told me her daughter picks bruised apples over. Oh, I get goosebumps. I love this. She told me that my daughter picks bruised apples so other kids get the better ones, and drinks chocolate milk even though it upsets her stomach because she hates wasting food. Then she quietly explained how she watches every child. Marcus takes extra food on Fridays because there's not enough at home. Jennifer counts calories to punish herself. Brett throws out his mom's lunches because kids tease him. So she secretly repackages the food so he can eat it. She had done this for 22 years for $14 an hour. When she retired, the school fell apart until they brought her back. Some heroes wear aprons, not capes.
Yeah.
The lunch lady. And you told a story about the lunch lady earlier, Judy. So yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a relative who's a lunch lady now. So I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was sharing with the ladies in our pre-show meeting that in my schooling of becoming a PE teacher, they said there are key people in the building that you need to connect with when you get in there. And one of them is the lead secretary, the other is the lead custodian, and the other was the lead lunch lady. Go in there and have a good relationship with them, because if you're struggling with a kid, they have insight because they see things that we don't see. And so, yeah, when this story came across, I was like, spot on. They are the unsung heroes.
Yeah.
If there's anything you need to know, the custodians connect with all of the kids. Lunch ladies connect with all the kids. Lead secretaries connect with all the kids, because that's who they work with. And like Sarah pointed out, the parents as well. So when you have a little more background on what's going on, then you can gain greater understanding on how to connect with the child. And those are wonderful resources. These people they really are superheroes. I agree. So yeah, there's another one that hit home. Took me back to my teacher days. Janice, there's not a lot that I reflect back on other than the children when teaching that I miss. And these two stories today made me reflect back to the very good days of teaching. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And gratitude for teachers.
Yes. Okay. Where are we at? Awesome. We get to move right into Pathways to Peace now. We are going to introduce you again to Miss Sarah Lascano. Janice, what do you know about Sarah?
Oh, well, I met her for the first time today, and what she's all about is very amazing, I got to say. And I've learned a lot, and I asked a lot of questions, and I hope you enjoy her as much as I've already started to. Her name's Sarah Lascano, and she's the founder of RayZen Energy, RayZen, capital Z, a quantum biofield therapist and author of The Hidden Force Within. She's a recognized holistic and energy healing expert. She merges medical experience and engineering training with intuitive healing to help clients uncover the root cause of illness and achieve lasting wellness. She collaborates with physicians to bridge the gap between mind, body, and energy in healthcare, helping patients in thousands of sessions recover their health through powerful yet gentle healing that delivers exceptional results.
Mm.
There you go.
Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Yes.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for saying yes to be here now with us. We like to do a little bit of background questions just so people can get a little feel for where you're coming from. So where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Maine. Actually, my father's family's from Maine. My mother's family, she grew up in Manhattan, but I'm a transplanted Southerner. I grew up in Thomasville, North Carolina, where I went through all of my schooling and even one of my college degrees in North Carolina.
Mm. Okay. And where do you reside now?
And now I can be found in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, about an hour and a half outside of the DC area. That's where I have my wellness center, and I love it out there. It's a little more rural, but still accessible to everything the DC area has to offer.
Mm.
Excellent.
Shenandoah Valley is incredible.
Beautiful out there. Yeah.
So what did you get your degrees in?
So I actually have 2 engineering degrees. I have industrial engineering degrees, a bachelor's and a master's. And I also I was a certified nursing assistant in high school and college. I helped in surgery and worked at the hospital quite a bit in my high school years.
Of course.
And yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And then I launched off into my energy medicine training later in life after my health crashed.
Mm.
Great.
Not an overachiever at all.
No.
No.
Some of us have to learn the hard way about taking time and relaxing, huh?
Yes, we do. Yes. And that is indeed what I did. I did not know how to do that until I was forced to.
Yes, many of us are learning those lessons that way. We call that learning lessons through fire.
Yes, indeed.
So do you have any siblings?
I do. I'm the oldest of 3. I have a sister who is a physician, and I have a brother, the youngest, who's an attorney, a patent attorney.
Wow.
Runs the family.
Yes, more overachieving. Yes.
So you had mentioned that your father was a physician, a surgeon, right?
Correct. Yep.
And your mother?
Was a real estate attorney.
There you go.
It runs in the family. Yes.
It runs in the family.
I know. Sorry. I was just imagining the kind of pressure you must have grown up with such high achieving or whatever parents, whatever you want to call it.
Being idle was not allowed. I mean, it just was not in the DNA. And so if you didn't have homework to do, and I was a competitive swimmer, which we talked about, which consumed a tremendous amount of my time. It wasn't just a hobby, it was a job for many years until I was 13 and really feeling the effects of burnout on my nervous system. If we didn't have work to do, then we dreamed up work. So we lived on 30 acres of land, and my father had an orchard, and we heated with wood, and we're cutting wood often and splitting wood, and had big gardens where we grew a lot of food, and we had all kinds of work to do if there was ever any idle time.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
Yeah. I mean, truly, it just wasn't.
My best friend has a wood furnace. So her kids growing up, they were like, as soon as it started to get cold, they were like, we don't have names anymore. We're called Get Wood.
Well, I do have to admit that we do heat with wood most of the winter, but we have a high efficiency wood burner, and it really doesn't take that much wood. And it's a wonderful way to get grounded, but we definitely allow idle time as well.
Good.
Nice. That was a hard lesson learned.
It was, indeed.
Okay. So are your siblings local to you?
One of them lives in the DC area and the other is down in Atlanta. So we're reasonably close, travelable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am one of 4 growing up, and Janice has siblings as well. There were some sibling competition, let's say. I can imagine in that house that could have been rather challenging. Is that what you experienced? With all
Yes.
high intense performance?
Yeah. And so, our family really, if you look back at it clinically, it was dysfunctional with stress. I mean, my father was a surgeon. He was constantly working extremely long hours. He was up all the time in the night getting called in.
Mm-hmm.
His patients, of course, were high need, and some of them were emotionally triggering for him. So he had a ton of stress, which then carried into the rest of the family. And then you had this overachieving aspect. And then there was a bit of comparison, which did create some sibling rivalry. So that type of stress is honestly, and we were a functional family. Like we were definitely functional, but there was this undercurrent of stress that really wasn't conscious. Nobody realized it. But over time, this type of stress is what we find in our practice creates illness and it creates disease in addition to just burnout, but it can create major medical issues.
Absolutely. Okay. I think this is a great place for us to take our commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about your book and what led you to writing the book and where people can find it. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Be Here Now, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are here with Sarah Lascano, who is talking to us about her book, The Hidden Force Within. And prior to our break, we were talking about the high stress environment that was unknown at first in her experience growing up, which led to illness, which then led to awareness, which then led to a practice and a book. So Sarah, would you like to walk us through how the hidden force within became what it is?
Absolutely. I had spent years working with clients and helping them feel better. And I was talking to a new client actually in my office. And she was sitting beside me in her chair and she said, "Do you have a place where I can read more about all of this? Do you have a book?" And I realized, no, I hadn't done that yet. And so that was really the impetus to begin this project of really giving people a handbook that they could read that would teach them what is energy in the body, how does it affect my health, and what can I do about it to start healing.
And how did you find out all this information?
Well, my health crashed when I was living the Western dream of stress and accomplishment. I had my 2 engineering degrees. I was working in software consulting and logistics. I was traveling, selling software and doing implementations. And I was a 20-something, just really living it up and enjoying things. And I got married. I moved and got pregnant with my first child. And during that pregnancy, I had a nasty bout of food poisoning. And within 2 weeks, I had hip pain and joint pain. I had digestive problems and my health began to unravel. I had grown up the daughter of a surgeon. I turned to that world. That world always had answers for me. And we had a
Mm-hmm.
giant pantry of every pill you could imagine, which is where we went when we had a problem. But I tried that, and I was told that there was nothing I could do. I just needed to eat the 6 safe foods that didn't cause me problems. And I wasn't willing to accept that. I couldn't live that way forever. I was too young to deal with that kind of restriction. And so I launched off looking to other areas for answers, looking to the holistic, the integrative, other healing options.
Mm-hmm. Were you ever given a formal diagnosis?
Eventually, I found an integrative doctor in DC, actually, who said, what you have is adrenal fatigue, and you need to read this book. And so I read that book, and it did resonate. It's absolutely what was causing my chronic fatigue. And so then I was given the diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome. But in parallel to that, I also had severe gut dysbiosis, a completely messed up gut and microbiome, which had paved the way for the adrenal burnout.
Okay. And you had mentioned in the pre-show meeting that now, but looking back, this actually happened when you were in your teens. It began.
Yeah.
The crash. Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So when we look back at our past, we might not think it's very dysfunctional. We might think it's fairly normal because whatever dysfunction, it's our normal, right? So even people who are facing severe abuse, it's normal. But when we look back through the lens of wisdom, we can see that we didn't have time to recover. We didn't have time to rest. We didn't take time out to rejuvenate it all. It was go, 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 go. And so that was the case in my past. I actually remember being in high school and making a vow to myself that I would never get this overcommitted again. I had created the environmental club, and I was working as a nursing assistant, and I was teaching religious school classes, and I was doing so many things, and it was too much. So when I was 12, I distinctly remember having my first episode of reactive hypoglycemia, which is when the blood sugar drops after a carbohydrate load or a sugar load. And that is partly because the adrenals are not able to keep things steady. And so that was really a sign, looking back, that my body was already under tremendous stress and not in balance. And that's what we find when we look at folks that are having chronic symptoms. We can easily look into the past and find some kind of dysfunction, some kind of stressor, some kind of trauma that has weakened the system, even years and years before an illness shows itself.
So you saying that brought up the question of they have normalized these spikes so much now with, you talk about the sugar high and the drop. Is that equal to what you're talking about?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
like
why are we needing all these energy drinks?
Right.
Because our energy is low. Like if your energy feels great, you don't need to reach for an energy drink. So we have an epidemic going on of people that are on the verge of burnout, even in our young people.
Yeah. I feel it's even more intense in our younger people because they're coming in at a higher vibration, and the vibration that our world is in right now, yes, we're rising, but it's not aligning with their systems. And I have a friend whose daughter needs therapy and can't find a therapist because they're all overbooked. So we have these kids that are in need of some guidance and support, and they're like, sorry, my book's full, and they can't find a therapist anywhere. So I feel as far as the food that we're eating and all those things, they've normalized these spikes like they're to be expected. And like you said,
absolutely.
You look deeper, it's like, no, that isn't functional.
And I would also offer that anxiety is actually a primary symptom of a dysfunctional endocrine system. So if your stress hormones are out of balance, anxiety is a principal symptom of that. And many, 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 many of our young people have anxiety.
Yes.
It's normalized. It's just a normal part of growing up now is to be anxious, but so is eczema, asthma, some significant signs that the body is out of balance.
And it's not normal. As much as
It's
they
not normal.
work to make it normal, it's not normal.
Correct.
It's not normal. Excellent. Okay. So as you embarked on this journey, when the Western medicine wasn't helping, they couldn't figure out. That was the big thing with my sister. We can't figure out what's wrong with you. We just want to give you pills. She too knew that there had to be another answer. So you start diving into the energy world. What surprised you the most about what you found?
The first thing that surprised me is there's an entire world of healing options that we don't know about, our medical system doesn't offer, and that we're not taught about in our standard education.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first major finding. And then, of course, when I found energy medicine, we were on an extremely limited diet, had worked for years. We had made small progress, but nothing was really major and sustainable. It was, 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Until we found energy medicine. And within 3 sessions, we had almost doubled the amount of foods we could eat. Like, we have a massive improvement in our diet and our tolerance for foods without symptoms.
Oh, wow.
And it blew my mind that energy could do that after all I had tried. I had tried just about everything. And it was just so staggering, miraculous, that I was hooked. I absolutely was hooked. And I began starting to learn tools that I could use myself.
Nice. Now, how long did it take you? Because you had mentioned you were, couldn't get off the couch. So you went from couldn't get off the couch, very limited eating, to functioning in the world again, living.
Correct.
Instead of surviving, you transitioned to living. And how long did that process take for you?
So for me, that process probably took probably a couple of years. You have to remember that we were I mean, my cortisol was not measurable 3 times during the day. I probably would have been diagnosed with Addison's disease if someone had seen my test results in the later part of the day. Okay. So I had a really big hill to climb up. And it took a couple of years for us to really get our footing and get back to living. And I became so passionate about helping people understand that there actually were ways to heal when I was on the verge of giving up hope. That it became a passion of mine to start learning and sharing this information. And friends were asking me to do healing for them. It was pretty soon that I realized, wow, I think I need to change my line of work. I really think I need to pursue this because people don't know, and they should know that there's a way to feel better.
Amen. Amen. So when did you open your RayZen Wellness Center?
I opened my business 11 and a half years ago in 2014. And I actually, my holistic doctor, my integrative holistic doctor, sent me all of her patients that weren't making progress with her recommendations. So I cut my teeth, if you will, on the sickest of the sick. And that became my specialty. I have always worked with people who are really dealing with significant health problems, and they're not responding to treatment. And I was able to help these people. And that's my passion. It really is my focus.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay. So tell us about the book. I love the website you provide supporting your book. People, go to it. I have some slides. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you go to it is HTTPS, the website, hiddenforcewithin.com. And I love the way you lay it out. It's not a hard sell. It's like, here, this is what it's going to offer. Does this align with you? So I love it. Wondering if energy medicine can heal your symptoms? Come check out this book. What are the steps that you walk the person through that checks out this website?
You know, I'm passionate. My work is very grounded because I'm a scientist, and I'm really passionate about helping people understand how energy affects them, what energy is in the body, and how you can actually work with it yourself. It's not complicated. It's very simple. It's not esoteric. I mean, energy is a little esoteric because we can't feel it and see it. Well, we can feel it and see it with our hands even. Static electricity we feel.
Yep.
But I'm passionate about helping people, empower people that you can make a difference in your health in very simple ways. And so this book takes you from 0 to 60 in a very short amount of time in a very grounded way with lots of research citations that you can actually go and read and look up, and with lots and lots of client stories about how this actually has helped people in real life.
Excellent. So, if someone were to come to you for a session, like what people always ask me, what does a session like yours look like? And it's funny because I want to use the word expectation, but we know expectations are the cock block of the universe. What can someone look forward to when coming to have a session with you? I'm very curious myself. What does it look like?
So what makes us different is we actually use medical intuition to figure out where to focus in the body. So we tune in to the body and let it talk to us. The body actually has an innate wisdom. It knows how to heal, and we can actually access that part of you. So we tune into it and we let it tell us where to focus. We are really smart, but we don't know what's at the root of everybody's symptoms, but we don't have to because the body knows. So we let the body tell us, we tune in, and then we start shifting energy. We look for where is there energy that is out of balance? Is it in the physical body? Is it in the emotional body? Is it in the mental body? Is it in the energetic or spiritual body? Where has something been affected and is it stored that is disturbing communication and keeping the body from healing the way it knows how? And we remove that block and something magical happens. The body suddenly begins to heal. Yeah. Even from things we've been told can't be healed, even from things that we've been trying to heal that hasn't responded to treatment.
Do you have examples you can give us of some of your patients that you're allowed to share?
Here's a simple example. I had a client who came to me. She was fresh out of college and she was very healthy. She had no health issues, but she had had 4 months in a row of strep infections. She had strep throat. She got the antibiotics. She took them, went away. 2 weeks later, it came back. That cycle happened 4 times. She came to me. In just a couple of sessions, we shifted some energy from her past. We shifted some anxiety and connected that in with her immune system, repaired her immune system. The infections never came back. I actually met up with her 6 years later. The strep infections had never returned because we found what was keeping the immune system from being able to target that strep bacteria and clean it up. The antibiotics were just masking this. They were treating the symptoms, not the root cause.
Wow.
That's what I love so much about this. You know, you explaining your work. It's not about Band-Aids. It's about getting to the root. Getting to the
truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's a big difference.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry.
a huge difference. No, don't. That's a huge difference. That's why it's so exciting.
Yeah, because our medical system is treating symptoms. I mean, I love our medical system. I am not anti-medicine. I am not anti-medical treatment. It's absolutely important. I work with a lot of cancer patients. I would never recommend not pursuing medical treatment. But we also, at the same time, want to figure out why is the disease there to begin with and heal that root cause so that it doesn't come back. When we do that, we get long-lasting healing.
Yes. Amen. Drop the mic on that one, man. Whew. And I love that very fact. You honor and respect both, and you're bridging that gap between the two. So they work collaboratively. You know, you're not choosing this or that. It's bringing the two worlds together.
And we can leverage. Yeah.
Did you say you're focusing on education of physicians now?
So that is my passion. I really want to share my healing modality with health practitioners who can use this in their practice. I was recently at a conference in Philadelphia. I met two physicians who are in major medical systems, and they are actively looking for mind body tools to use in their practice. These physicians exist, and they're not everybody. We know that. It's not all physicians, but there are integrative and functionally minded and naturopathic and holistically minded practitioners who are interested in being able to do this. PTs, nutritionists, MDs, naturopaths, DOs, some are looking, and that's what I want to do. I want to supply them with tools that really work.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
So I have a question, my own curiosity. What about energy practitioners that have been doing that but don't have the science background? Can they become one of your practitioners as well?
100% yes, absolutely. Anyone. And a lot of my patients actually want to take the training because they love the work so much. They want to be able to use these ideas for themselves. So absolutely. It's a wonderful addition. It is a toolkit approach. So it's able to incorporate any knowledge, any experience, any other healing modalities can fit right in.
Outstanding. So that leads perfectly into, you have classes that you're going to start offering the beginning of the year. Would you like to talk about your classes?
Sure. Yeah. I have a 3-level training program, actually, that I have taught over the last 5 years. And the first level intro is learn medical intuition. We need to be able to tune into the body and hear what it wants to tell us. And it's really, what does my body want to share today? That's really what we're asking. So I teach that in a day-long class, how to tune in, how to receive, and to begin opening to that information. And we really, people leave that class who have never felt, never touched, they're not intuitive, and they are sensing energy in their body. It's beautiful and miraculous. The second level is a 6-week training program that is self-healing. So we learn we know now how to tap in and feel energy. Now we learn what to do with it and how to clear it, how to get to the root, how to move it in a very simple way that doesn't require a complicated protocol. It's really a very 4-step simple process to shift energy.
Okay.
And then the third level is the practitioner training, which is really a 14-week mentorship. And that's where we're going deeper. We're learning practitioner level anatomy and physiology, and we're learning detailed mind-body connections, the mind connection of different body parts and what can typically get stored in different organs. We're going deep with really fun information that can help us get to the root cause quickly with ourselves or with clients.
Outstanding. Okay, so if people want to get in contact with you, we have your website, www.rayzenenergy.com. I highly recommend checking it out. They have your email, sarah@rayzenenergy.com. And we also have a link for your class information. www.rayzenenergy.com/classes-practitioner, as well as your address here. What is your preferred means of connection? It's great that you offered all of these things. Is there a specific way you prefer?
Not at all. Reach out to me on social, do the contact form on my website, drop me an email. I love connecting with folks. I love engaging. I love hearing feedback. Just reach out however you find me. Do a Google on my name, whatever works. I love connecting with people. We love helping people. I love referring people if I'm not the right person. Just if you need help, reach out and let me help direct you to the right place.
Nice.
Outstanding. Sarah, thank you so much for saying yes to be here now.
Thank you. It's amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Amazing information and work. Wow.
Thank you.
We like to end the show with a thought. Janice came up with this one. A little something to chew on until we see you again. Janice, what is
Well,
it?
I was thinking about the fact that, we're at Christmas holidays and New Year's resolutions, which I never have. But so I said, what if they were 1 year from now and you were able to make a change that brings you more peace? What is it? And what's your first step?
Immediately I say, learn to rest.
Go to that website.
Exactly. Reach out to Sarah.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's nice.
Oh, okay. So again, thank you, Sarah, so much for being with us. Janice, my cohort and partner in peace, thank you so much for another wonderful year of our show. And I look forward to working with you again next year.
Yes. And thank you, everybody, for supporting us and tuning in and being here now.
Yes. Please always remember,
you are not alone.
And don't ever forget you're awesome. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, everybody. Happy holidays.